Hypocrite Meghan and Harry travel globally by private jet while preach about climate activism. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been criticized by a Montecito author for reportedly using private jets for their recent round trip to the UK. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are facing the issue of reconciling a green stance with the desire for personal comfort, an author has claimed. Prince Harry and Meghan have long been advocating for the protection of the environment and cutting personal carbon emissions. However, their use of private jets has attracted the criticism of commentators over the past years. Reporting claims the Duke and Duchess of Sussex used a private jet to travel to and from the UK for their Platinum Jubilee trip, Mr. Erringer wrote. Then there's the problem of reconciling a green stance with the desire for personal comfort. Only last year, Harry ranted that climate change is one of the two most pressing issues in the world today. He said, "I believe even more that climate change and mental health are two of the most pressing issues that we're facing and, in many ways, they are linked." Speaking about the climate change emergency, Harry said, "Climate change is really playing a huge part in this as well as social media, and we just don't, well, I know lots of people out there are doing as best they can to try and fix these issues, but that whole sort of analogy of walking into the bathroom with a mop when the bath is overflooding, rather than just turning the tap off. Are we supposed to accept that these problems are just going to grow and grow and grow and then we're going to have to adapt to them and build the resilience amongst the next generation and the next generation and the next generation?" Mr. Erringer went on to claim that, despite Harry's urgent appeals for the protection of the environment, the Duke leaves a huge carbon footprint as he travels the world by private jet while lecturing people on reducing their environmental impact. The author branded the Sussexes' behavior a pretenseless posture of "don't practice what you preach." Prince Harry defended his use of gas-guzzling jets in September 2019, following claims his family had flown privately 4 times in 11 days. Over the years, Meghan and Harry have championed the protection of the environment through several initiatives both together and separately. Speaking of the time in Platinum Jubilee, report about the 15-minute meeting throws that thinking out the window, only further underscoring the mystery of what motivated them to put themselves through the London ringer. That the Queen would only give them the same amount of time she would deign to afford a newly appointed ambassador is the humiliating cherry on the mortifying Jubilee cake for Harry and Meghan. Over their visit, they were booed by some of the crowd outside St. Paul's, largely shunned his family, reportedly not invited to a Windsor lunch at Buckingham Palace, reportedly left off the guest list for the concert at the palace, and had all of the Windsor's bar Princess Anne's children and grandchildren skip Lilibet's first birthday party. There is also the issue of the cost of all of this. It was reported last week that the price tag of a return private jet flight from their home in California to the UK would have been about $279,000, which means that their brief meeting with the Queen works out at potentially having cost them $18,600 a minute. So, if they knew they were only going to be given formal and very brief face-to-face time with Her Majesty, all with a whopping travel bill attached, why did the Sussexes go back? It's hard to see Harry and Meghan and their kids returning to the UK again in the near future. The Sussexes might have renewed their lease on Frogmore Cottage recently, their Windsor home, but the chance of them pitching up via private jet for a fun-filled family getaway of Marmite sandwiches and rounders must be about zero. And the Queen? She might have only appeared for 27 minutes in public during the Jubilee, but when it came to the Sussexes, her message came across loud and clear.